Joe in Hamilton, Ohio. Hey, Joe, thanks for listening on the Thom Hartmann app. What's up?
Hi. Well, a lot of things are up. I called in because I heard your interview with Alex McFarland, and I wanted to comment on that. I am a Christian. I'm a flawed individual, but I am a Christian. I go to church, and I just don't know that I don't feel represented in Congress, and that's one issue. But even a lot of the Republicans in Congress who say they're Christian, and I believe them when they say they are, I don't feel represented as a Christian because of how they cherry pick things in and out of the Bible to further an agenda that does not sound like something that a religious person would want. That's what you touched on. The Republican agenda using Christianity to affect things anywhere from the environment, when we should be, we're called to be good stewards of the earth, and we're not, to health care, something like some people I know, women who have health issues that has nothing to do with pregnancy, but reproductive issues, where some of these medications that could be banned or are being banned in some parts of the country, if voted on.
The vast majority of hormonal birth control pills are not used for birth control. They're used to regulate menstrual cycles and to deal with those kinds of problems.
To deal with, and the people I know, I'm talking about people who have constant migraines, who have ovarian cysts. Those
Right.
medications help deal with that.
Yep.
But back to the poor, which is the conversation that you had with Mr. McFarland, I think Stephen Colbert summarized it best when he said, if this is going to be a Christian nation that doesn't help the poor, either we have to pretend that Jesus was just as selfish as we are, or we've got to acknowledge that he commanded us to love the poor and serve the needy without condition.
Joe, let me turn me up. Joe, let me stop you. You must have put your thumb over your microphone or something, because the last sentence that you said just sounded like it came out of the bottom of a soup can. Try it again.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, you sound good now.
He said the end of the sentence, either we've got to acknowledge that he commanded us to love the poor and serve the needy without condition, and then admit that we just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like the Republican Party has hijacked my religion, and their response to the president being elected was, I want my freedom back, I want my country back, I want my religion back from those who have created a very bastardized version of it to further an agenda that doesn't, to me, seem like it really flows well with Christian theology at its root.
I absolutely agree. The weekend before last, I was in Grand Rapids, Michigan, keynoting the annual conference of the church that I was ordained in back in the 1970s. I keep connected to that. I call myself a Christian, but a lot of Christian denominations would not have me. They would say that I was a heretic, and I think that just like the Democratic Party, I call myself a Democrat. There are a lot of things that the Democratic Party does and says, particularly the corporate wing of it, that I am horrified by, just like there's a lot of things that people who call themselves Christians do that I am horrified by. But I think that it's important for progressives in the Democratic Party, for people who are actually students of the teachings of Christianity, or name your religion, because they're not that different. Judaism, Hinduism, Islam, Buddhism, you can go right down through the list, that people of goodwill and people who are not using religion to front an agenda that serves the big corporations and the rich people. I think it's really important that we go back to using the words that, to reclaim these words. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. Joe, good to talk to a fellow Christian. Thank you for the call.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.